Welcome to part 2 of the presentation on preparing for a disaster, brought to you by Iowa Legal Aid. This video is for information only. This is not legal advice. Protecting important documents. Make sure that all your important documents are located together so you can grab them quickly. You should protect these documents as much as possible from fire and water. It will be important to prove your identity after a disaster. It can take a long time to get new ID cards. Important identification documents include your driver's license, social security cards and birth certificates, passports, immigration papers, and any other documents that can be used to prove your identity. Here are some important legal documents. Here are some important medical documents. Be sure to make a list of medical needs and doctors for each of you. Keep this list with your medications. Here are some important financial documents. And here are some important insurance documents. Here is a list of other important documents to think about. Keep in mind, this list is not meant to be a complete list. Some documents you can use to show proof of address are your deed, lease, or utility bill. This will be necessary to prove your address so that you can apply for benefits. But it can also come in handy so that you can return to your home if law enforcement blocks entry to the disaster area. Think about things needed for your pet, and if you can do so, have your pet tagged. Address and phone books are important so you can contact family and friends. You do not want to rely on saved contacts in your phone in case your battery dies. Have extra chargers or a portable charged power bank for your phone. Try to keep a list of bills with account numbers and mailing addresses for each, because you will need to continue to pay your bills. If you are a veteran or currently serving in the military, be sure to have some form of ID or documentation to prove your status. Take photos of all areas inside and outside of your home and property, including the basement, garage, barns, outbuildings, and the yard, and get the photos developed immediately with date stamps. Keep them in your waterproof container. Finally, think about the family photos and precious items that cannot always be replaced. It can be extra stressful for persons with special needs to evacuate. Both FEMA and the Red Cross have pamphlets for older Americans to help them prepare for a disaster or evacuation. FEMA also has a template to help you create a plan specific to your own special needs. These websites help with how to deal with power outages when you depend on electronic medical devices. They give suggestions for how to evacuate with mobility, vision, and speech limitations. They also create plans for children and adults who need behavioral support during hard times. The template also addresses concerns about service and therapy pets. Remember, you are not alone. Preparing for a disaster can be tough. If you need help, you can contact Iowa Legal Aid or the Iowa State Bar Association for additional advice and tips on how to prepare. If you are a flood survivor and interested in completing a legal assessment with a member of our team, you can contact us at the email listed here. For disaster issues not related to flooding, you can contact Iowa Legal Aid at the number listed here or apply online at www.iowalegal.org.